Hello and welcome back to Primary Tenant Pod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Will.
And together we are
Primary Tenant Pod.
We literally just said we're Primary Tenant Pod. Might as well get it twice. Yeah. And so the state of the team that we're podcasting about, they are eliminated.
Joy was like, we should sing that. And I was like, I really don't want to sing that. I think I'm going to cry. And then Joy just did it without me.
And it was really bad, much like,
The tears are welling. Bro.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But honestly, for being eliminated, I don't feel that bad.
No.
Yeah. Like, I kind of knew it was happening, basically since we lost all 3 games on our first road trip.
That's so evil.
Well, I don't want to say that. Obviously, I had hope. But we never really recovered from that.
Yeah.
As I don't think the team did. I don't think the fans did.
It's been an inconsistent season.
Yeah.
There were highs, there were lows.
We got eliminated.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was the best game, I think. The best elimination game we could have had.
Literally.
Yeah.
If we had to be eliminated, and I know a lot of fans were saying, let's just kind of get it done so that we can try to get that draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to be eliminated, this was the best possible way to do it. Because, okay, previously we had eliminated Seattle. In our last home game, we eliminated Seattle. So then suddenly they were in a position to start racking up gold plan points.
Oh, we should also say the gold plan is basically where the earlier you're eliminated, the faster you can start racking up gold plan points, which are essentially just points you get from winning games from there on out, and it's supposed to eradicate tanking, just in case you don't know what the gold plan is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people who are like, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway. The gold plan. Seattle had a chance before we did.
Yes.
And then we were like, okay, the playoffs, there were 3 teams in front of us. It was looking more and more dire that we were not in control of our own destiny.
It was not fun rooting against Toronto or Ottawa,
No, sincerely.
Lose.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I was rooting against them the whole way, but then I was like, but these are teams that have a much more likely chance to get in. Do I root for my secondary team to get in, or do I root for the golden? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then ultimately, Vancouver, end up in Seattle, playing in Seattle for the very first time this season.
Mm-hmm.
We end up with a situation where, okay, we need to win in regulation right now, or else our playoff dreams are finished.
Yeah. And doesn't it start off with really badly? Like, we're in the pits.
We're in the pits. Yeah. So this was CJ Jackson's first PWHL start. Now, they'd previously played against us because Schroeder was pulled after we piled on 4 goals in that previous game where we eliminated Seattle. Now Jackson is starting against us at home.
Yeah.
The Seattle fans, the Seattle faithful are totally hyped.
I was hyped. I was hyped. I was a huge CJ fan when they were in Toronto. Yeah. I've been unable to let go of the love now that they're in Seattle. It's just, man, I was happy for that start.
Yes. But this is to say, like, the Seattle faithful were, like, especially stoked. Like, this was a big deal. This is a CJ start. We never thought we would see one of those, honestly, in Seattle, potentially. And the game gets off to a great start for Siege and a bad start for us. We're down 2-0 after the first period.
Look at how this beautiful light star is silhouetting Thunder. This is gorgeous.
You're right.
He's never looked more. Wait, can we get Hannah Miller in the light? Because she had a great game.
She did have a great, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have our Jen Gardner.
If we had our Jen, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My God, look
turn
at her.
to the face the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just. Anyway. I went for a walk in the second period. I was depressed. I was like, I don't want to watch my team go out like this, because I've been thinking about it. When the time comes for elimination, how will I feel about it? Will I be okay with it? Will I be welcoming it even potentially? I was not. Yeah. I was depressed. I was on the playoff train till the end. I was like, I believe in our team. We can do this. And then suddenly we were not doing this. And I was like, I just need to go and like enjoy some sun or something. I just can't take this.
Yeah.
And it was the first time all season that I'd actually done that. It was the first time that I walked away from the team, and I felt so guilty about that, actually. And then I come back, and I had missed Jen Gardner's first goal of the night.
Yeah.
Which was bad, because it was a good goal. But then suddenly I had hope in my soul again. So that was great. See, the Goldeneyes, they never stop giving you hope in your soul.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like, that's one thing they always do. There's always a bit of hope in your soul.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was, I had to do a full day at the library, and I was also locking in on my assignments at the same time on the front desk. So I was not watching, but I was checking the score.
Multitasking queen.
Yeah. It was really bad. Every 3 minutes someone would come up to me and be like, so can you help me find a book? And I'd be like, absolutely. And I was midway through a sentence and I would come back and like, what was I writing? And also at the same time, I had, the P-Dub game tiny and the score up.
Yeah.
So
Jen Gardner scoring. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Anyway, but then it was 2-1 after Gardner scored, and then Miller scores, and it's 2-2, and we're like, we've tied it. Oh my god, this is great. And then bang, we get another goal. Suddenly we're leading. It was 3-2. I don't know whether that one was Miller or Gardner, but it was certainly one of them because they were the only goal scorers in the game.
yeah.
But then
We could just say that this is Jennifer.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
See, she's so tall now. She's had leg lengthening surgery.
I know. Like, look at this. Look, this is crazy.
She's so statuesque.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wait. Allegedly, there was a bit of a tush push that Miller gave Gardner
Yeah.
to like score one of her goals. So can we just reenact that?
Oh, of
briefly?
course, yes.
She's not holding her stick, so she's actually in great position.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Okay, skate, 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 Jen. And then she scores. Okay.
Woo! Yay! Anyway,
Elimination.
this is how we should
we're
reenact every goal.
We're just vibing. Yeah.
Yeah, just play with toys, feel better.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, but then suddenly Seattle tied it up, and then Seattle scored again, and then they were leading, and it was 4-3, and we were like, "No,
Yeah.
this is it. This is how it ends." So then we pulled it. Oh, by the way, yeah, there was a goalie switch after the first period. We started MASH. The Goldeneyes started MASH, and then
You're
after
Idalski, I'm Gardner Maury.
anyway, yeah, then Soupy went in after the first period, and then so from then out it was Soupy.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's I forget what period these goals happened in, to be honest. It was just
This
a
is our
state of
delirium.
emotional
afterwards.
shock of what was happening. Anyway, I think by this point we're in the third period.
Okay, that makes sense because when I clocked into the third period, it was 5-3 Seattle.
Ekies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the Goldeneyes pulled the goalie. They made a valiant effort. Unfortunately, there comes Danielle Serdachny streaking down toward the empty net with the puck on her stick. What are we doing, defenders? Here's Danielle Serdachny. What are we? Ah! You can't do that. Right into the net she goes.
Why are you making
Sorry.
Miller, Danielle Serdachny?
She's our only hockey player here.
Hey, we have Thunder.
Yes, but he's wearing a basketball jersey. So anyway,
Okay, whatever. But this was fine for Jen Gardner.
yeah,
This
that's
should
true.
be just the one who isn't Miller because
You're
this
right.
is actually cruel. We cannot make Miller Serdachny.
No, that's evil. Okay, this is Serdachny.
Gotta score!
Into the net.
Incredible stuff. I was not aware of
Wait,
this.
I was so close to the mic. We're gonna have to turn that volume down. Anyway,
That's fine. That's up to you when you edit it.
Yeah.
Anyway, crazy scenes.
Crazy scenes. So they just award her a goal. That's what happens when you like foul someone when they're on their way to the empty net. They're like, that would have been a goal. It would be like, we're gonna award you a penalty shot. Doesn't matter. It's a goal.
Yeah.
So then it was 5-3, and I was crying at this point.
Yeah.
It was over. It was over, lads.
But fear not.
Fear not. They pulled the goalie again, and then they score again, and now
It's 5-4?
it's 5-4.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, one more goal. No, technically we do need 2 goals to stay alive, because we have to win in regulation to keep the playoff dream limping along.
I like how we're saying this in present tense as if, what? Okay, continue.
And then it's the very last second, and then Seattle fans are counting down the time. They're like, we're gonna win!
Oh
Wow,
my
3
God.
points for the gold plan!
I hate that. Okay.
Then, okay, which one's Nurse?
This one's Nurse.
Okay, this
because
one's
this one
Nurse.
has to be Miller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, here.
it has to be, yes, okay. Nurse. Puck. I don't remember if it was actually Miller or Gardner who scored this very important goal.
Whatever. She's standing in for both.
Let's say that it was Gardner
Okay.
in the net.
This is how we should...
And that's how we tied it up in the last second.
Exactly.
Editing Will here. It was Miller, not Gardner, who scored the tying goal.
Yeah.
Crushing the hopes and dreams of the Seattle fans.
Well, not really, because we were still eliminated.
That's true.
And they still got at least some gold plan points because of how the point system works.
Yes.
But anyway, point being, we got a sick-ass OT win out of it.
We certainly did. And then that one was Gardner for sure.
Yeah.
And that was her 4th goal of the night, which is a record.
Exactly.
Which is insane.
Yeah. And I will not give it the colloquial term given in general men's hockey parlance.
No.
Yeah.
No, we are calling this now. I saw this on the internet, other places, a quack trick.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that neat?
That's really neat. Yeah.
The Goldeneyes, we were the first team to do it in the PWHL, so we can just name it now. It's the quack trick.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
And
like
and if Gardner herself is like, I want to give it some kind of cool name,
Quack, 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 quack,
We can't do that. People think it's so irritating.
I love it.
I find it so fun. Anyway.
I love it. Anyway, yeah, I was really not keeping track of what was happening in that game. I was just emotionally on another plane, I think.
Yeah.
Trying to, like, I missed half of it because I was just outside trying not to cry. And then it happened, and you could tell the players were really, they were excited about that insane win. At the same time, elimination.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, now what's left? We have 2 games left, home games. So they're gonna have us behind them.
Yes.
As we try to get wins over Montreal and Minnesota. Yippee!
Exactly.
What's nice is that Toronto beat Minnesota today, shutout win. So they're not unbeatable.
Exactly. They can be beaten.
They can be beaten. Hopefully we get them on a bit of a slump leading into the playoffs. That'd be great.
Yeah, and one thing with the Goldeneyes is that all season long, they have been good at home. They've been certainly better than their road record, which is not that good. But they've played well at home.
Yeah, they have.
So I think I'm glad that we're ending the season at home.
Yeah.
And
they deserve that from the start.
Exactly, yeah. Now it is tricky now. We're facing the best and the third best team in the league. But I do believe.
I believe.
There's always they always give you some hope in your soul.
Yeah.
The Goldeneyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so proud of them.
I know.
For that game.
Yeah.
Like there were all these fans and we're in the fan group chats and everything, and no one is really sad. Everyone's on top of the world.
I know.
Everyone's saying, "I love you, Goldeneyes. What an amazing game."
Yeah.
And like if you take all the other context out of it, that's just how you have to think of it. That was an insane game. They never gave up.
Best way to go out, and we're not out yet because we get to go to more games.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm taking, one of my roommates for second every game, but the first game she's going to with me, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And one of the last games is also the Pride game, which is the last game, so that's also going to be a fun way to cap off the season.
Yeah. I'm going to be excited to be there. Yeah, I'm going to wear my little WLW earrings, so you spot me in the crowd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this how you get your girlfriend?
Well, I've been saying this whole time, man, I want to meet my potential girlfriend, or boyfriend, I guess, but, girlfriend at a Goldeneyes game. So, fingers crossed, maybe on Pride Night.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But, the Goldeneyes, throughout this entire season, they would have a bad game, and then they would have a great game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they always had that great game that would make you would leave the Coliseum happy. I know. And that's what I'm going to remember from this season.
Leaving the Coliseum happy.
Leaving the Coliseum happy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
They did a lot of that.
I know. And just keep strong for the last 2 games. Yeah.
Exactly. And now, the gold plan is a-coming. I would really like Harvey. I would also not be too upset if we got another player.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good players at the top of this draft, and we're guaranteed one of the top players. So whichever way the cookie crumbles.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then once the season ends, I can't believe it's almost over.
I know. It'll almost be 1 year of PTP as well. Well, we have expansion news probably coming up.
Yep. They're going to announce the new expansion team soon.
I don't even want to think about who they're going to take from us.
Yeah, we don't know what the expansion rules are going to look like.
Obviously, we have some players on 1-year contracts too, and who knows if they're going to stick around.
We have quite a few on pending UFAs, and we don't know what the team is going to look like next year.
Yeah.
But this year has been a really fun year.
It's been a really fun year. I've loved having these players. I've loved the wins are sweeter when they're few and far between. I try to tell myself to cope.
But there have been so many amazing moments. Yeah. Like for example, in that Seattle game, it was a game of firsts all over the place. Like Sam Miskevich scored.
Yes,
her first.
That was incredible. I loved that. Yeah,
they finally put her in as a center, guys.
We talked about that at the very beginning of the season. We were like, she's a pivot.
Yeah. She played D her entire career. Final year of university, she plays center. Yeah. And then she mostly plays D through the entire season. They're like, you know what? Rosenthal is out. We need a center.
Exactly.
Sam Miskevich, you're up.
Yeah.
And what does she go do? She scores.
Exactly.
And it was a very nice goal too.
Yeah.
that was a great shot.
I know. Yeah.
And then Mike Snuff scored her very first goal as a Goldeneye as well. And Melissa Channel-Watkins got her first point as a Goldeneye.
Yeah.
And I do believe that we end the season with every player, like every mainstay player having a point.
I'm really happy with that.
Exactly.
I'm really, really happy with that.
Yeah.
And of course, in the game that we were just talking about for most of the episode, is the BC players who really stole the show.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to see Jen just go insane offensively and everything. And it makes me so happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, another thing to take away from this is that we completely swept the Seattle Torrent this season.
Yes! Yes!
We own the Torrent,
We
baby.
do! We do!
On the West Coast, we are the best team in this battle of the basement. But you know what?
Like, if
we
the,
take it.
if the league was only 2 teams big, we would have taken the championship. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to stop. I have to stop bigging. Like, we're both bad. Anyway. And also, it's kind of fun just shaking hands with them and being like, this travel has sucked. And we're like, yep, travel has sucked.
It really has.
Yeah. Which takes us to, I think, the last point we wanted to address, which was people pushing back against Idalski's comments about how travel kind of sank the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if he went that far. I think in his original quote, he said that it was tough on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he wasn't making excuses, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of people took it that way, which was interesting.
Which I did unintentionally just now. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
But
it was really interesting how what the reaction was like.
like Haley from The Athletic saying it had no bearing at all and they shouldn't be used as an excuse or whatever.
Yeah, Tessa Bonhomme also dismissed it on Jocks and Jills,
Yeah.
and I was kind of thinking, okay, well, yeah, it's not the reason why the Goldeneyes have struggled this season. It's not, you know.
Yeah.
If you're using it as like cope or whatever, well,
Yeah.
you know.
But it is true.
It is undeniably a factor.
You need to get onto a commercial flight. You're not getting chartered in the PWHL in order to play every team except for Seattle, who we only played like just now and at the very start of the season. The rest of the time, if you're on the road, you're going on like a commercial flight. You're getting connecting flights. You're going to takeover tour games constantly.
Yeah,
I think
we had 5. We were in 5.
Yeah, like one of the highest numbers in the league, I think, of neutral site games.
Yeah, and we're crossing multiple time zones every time you go on the road, except for the game we just played in Seattle, which was the only one we played in Seattle all season.
Yeah,
That was the only game away from home that we played in our own time zone all season long.
I know.
That's completely insane. Otherwise, you were 3 hours away from your regular schedule, which has a big impact.
Yeah. I can see people going like, "Oh well, Minnesota won 2 championships and they're farther away from every single other team in that little footprint." But I do think that the way Vancouver's schedule and Seattle too, honestly, it is difficult.
Yeah. Well, you earlier in the episode you mentioned that 3-game road skid at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And instantly going on the road, I don't think helped the team either.
No.
So again, this isn't the only reason why Vancouver struggled this season.
But
you cannot dismiss it out of hand.
I want to defend Idalski when he said that because I think it was tough. It's a tough thing because NHL 1970 Canucks show up and they're also like, this sucks. You know,
that team was really on an island and they've talked about it. They were like, the travel absolutely blew. It was not fun.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just gotta.
And the Mariners and the MLB as well. Mm-hmm. They're not as isolated as they have some California teams and everything, and they still say it's not that the travel is a factor.
Yeah, if you want to say
deal with
Prince George and the WHL, they have like insane bus trips everywhere. That's also not fun. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just want to.
If you are a team with other struggles, it's not going to make the struggles any easier, and it will make things worse.
Yeah.
I think Emrys Mashmeyer had a thing, and it said in a reel or something earlier this season, where she said she spent most of the season on the road.
Yeah.
She spent more time on the road than she has at home.
Yeah, which
in
is
her own bed.
Like they went on like a 20-day road trip. That's basically a month of living out of a suitcase.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait for expansion, honestly, because I'm hoping that expansion will solve this, hopefully a little bit, or alleviate this somehow.
I know. Like, I hope that if we get 4 teams, I want at least 3 to be somewhere in the West.
Yeah.
I can't really say where that'll be because we don't know yet, but anything that isn't just like we're going to populate more teams on the Eastern Seaboard, have fun.
Much as I love you, Halifax, for our own selfish sakes.
That might be really painful.
Yeah.
Well, also think of Halifax. If they can't take charter, they're going to be forced with connecting flights to every single other place, basically. I don't really think they get direct flights anywhere that'd be tough. Toronto would be good, Montreal, but like elsewhere, they're not really like an international hub. Anyway,
I think the PWHL really struggles with the schedule because they have to schedule around all these other leagues.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when is the NHL not in the building? When is the freaking OHL not in the building? When's the AHL not in the building? And again, it comes back to primary tendency, I guess. We're the only team so far where that isn't really an issue, but
we have other issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, our weird we haven't really committed to anything really in terms of what the issues were.
Well, I just say I don't want to dismiss the travel concerns out of hand as much as other people do.
No, absolutely not. And that's not just because I'm a Vancouver fan. It's because I know how far away we are from things.
Literally,
You know? When we fly to Toronto, it's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, and can you imagine doing that every single time you have to go play another team, except for Seattle, which we've only done once this season
Exactly.
in Seattle.
Yippee!
Yeah. Anyway, that was our little rant. I would love to have new teams in the West next year so that cope can be erased and then we can truly face our team as it is.
Oh, it's not cope.
It's not cope. It's not cope.
Yeah. And hopefully not just face our team as it is. Hopefully by that point we will be better and we'll be playing better and we'll be facing teams within maybe a conference more. I don't know. I'm just floating ideas. Maybe the PWHL wants to pick up the idea of conferences. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Also, potentially an expanded playoff.
Yeah, obviously, if we expand by 4 teams, we have 12 teams, and then playoffs are still 4 teams only. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
at that point,
that's too little for me.
I would say I want to take, I would rather take 8 teams in the playoffs, than 4 teams in the playoffs.
That was about the ratio that they had when there were only 6 teams.
Yeah,
it was 2/3 of the teams in and 1/3 not.
Yeah, and I think that is the way to do it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And no 6 teams and no 16.
That wouldn't work.
Because then you'd have to have a bye, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. But I'd say if we do expand by 4 teams, I want 8 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then we have an extra round or whatever?
Yeah.
More hockey.
Yay! Yeah, no, it makes me excited. Just think about these kind of things makes me think, okay, we have stuff to talk about in the off season.
We certainly do. It's gonna be one of those expansion. What's gonna happen to our roster?
Yeah,
who will we be rooting for next year?
I can't wait for our first June episode where we get to talk all the drafts.
All the drafts. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Who have we lost and who have we gained?
I know. Well, it's all in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, I have one more question, Joy.
Yes.
Playoffs are coming up. The Goldeneyes are now confirmed to not be in them.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for to be in the playoffs? Oh, first of all, who are you rooting for in the race to get to that 4th spot?
Yes. Okay, I want to say I'm rooting for Toronto to make it. If Toronto doesn't make it, Ottawa stays in. I'm rooting for them. If they're not playing Montreal, and if Montreal is playing them, I'm rooting for Montreal.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I have thought about this deeply.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think for me, I've really grown to like Montreal over the course of the season. I think especially after MVP went out. I know that sounds kind of
so controversial.
So evil to say.
Don't let people hear you say that.
I know, but I think it's because the depth started popping off a lot more.
Yeah.
And I really like Montreal's depth players actually. I love Lena Lundblom.
I've heard you talk about her. It seems like I've heard you talk about her a lot.
She's my favorite number 25.
Yeah.
And I love Linkova, and I just love these various players, and Catherine Dubois and LaBelle, and these players that have been popping off in MPP's absence, and I hope they keep doing that when she comes back, and then Montreal will truly be a wagon. I think I'm rooting for Montreal this year.
Yeah.
I do want them to break that curse. I think
I know.
First round curse.
Please, Montreal, please.
They're called the Victoire. They low-key have to do that at some point, otherwise the name becomes a bit of a joke.
I know. Well, it's much like how we're the Goldeneyes. Are we golden? No.
But luckily we don't win medals in the league and the trophy is silver, so we don't have to worry about that.
Maybe that's why we're cursed. Anyway, because we're not the Silver Eyes. Whatever.
That's so controversial. I like our colors the way they are. I know that you're a silver girl. Like you all your stuff is silver. Your glasses, your jewelry.
I like the Goldeneyes. I'm glad we have that name. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Stop questioning me. But yeah, so that's about. I guess that's the end of the episode now. Then, yeah.
Pretty much have it locked in who we're rooting for. We're both rooting for Montreal, I guess, aside from if Toronto or Ottawa makes it to the playoffs.
Yeah, awesome then.
And we wish the Goldeneyes were in, but
sigh.
It's also kind of, I'm sorry to always be doing this. And another thing. Yeah, just kind of, I would love to say, well, there's always next year. We're definitely going to make it next year. If you want to be kind of pessimistic, you just think of the Sirens.
Who knows?
Who, missed the first 2 seasons. It looks very likely they're going to miss it again. And it's going to be 3 seasons of no playoffs in New York, which is very, very sad.
Yeah. You said that very quickly. Will the people understand what you just said?
New York. Futility? No. No. I think...
Faulty injury.
That they suffered so badly from injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right when they really needed all their stars, it was really awful.
Yeah. Anyway,
now we're in the hunt for the gold plan. We're missing Rosenthal and Daniel.
Goldeneyes, gold plan. That is the true connection. Okay.
Is that why we ended up where we are today?
Maybe, and we'll leave you with that thought. Do you want to do the outro now?
Sure.
Absolutely. Okay.
Vancouver Goldeneyes. Vancouver Goldeneyes.
Vancouver Goldeneyes.
I totally forgot to sing the last part.
That's fine. Okay, let's do just the harmony this time.
Okay.
Vancouver Goldeneyes.
Okay, and one last thing, folks. Don't crucify me.
Will, one last thing, Warburton. Okay.
We knew, the people who were like really following the POHL, that if the Goldeneyes did not win this game in regulation, the last one that they played, they'd be out of the playoffs. Other people did not know that. Like our mother, primary tenant mom, who was in the library checking the score and then watching this amazing comeback happen as little numbers on her screen. And when they won, she started crying. Crying when they won 6-5 in overtime, and it was Jen Gardner's 4th goal, because she was so overcome with happiness. And I think that's where I want to leave things.
I didn't know that!
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
When I see her next, I have to give her a big hug.
Yeah. The Goldeneyes brought her to happy tears in public.
Yeah.
Because of that amazing game. And I think, honestly, that's how I would prefer to leave things with this episode.
Yep. I will cry happy tears.
Exactly. We love you, Goldeneyes.
Yes.
Keep up all the hard work.
And fans.
We really appreciate it.
Exactly. Thank you for listening. Bye!